the line of monstrous bandits advance towards you. You hear creaking coming from the woods, when suddenly, belching out from the forest, the dire troll. You're up first.
I cast Fireball.
That's all of them. Roll damage.
All sixes.
Yeah!
Booyah!
All right, you're next.
I cast Cone of Cold. It says AD8 right here. 64 points of damage.
I cast Lightning Bolt.
That's all right with me.
You just did that.
Radiates this like golden energy, and I cast shield.
He looks down in sorrow and then turns a fiery gaze to the rest of you. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
You mother.
I'm Cork.
Nice. Cool.
Give him the official herald salute, Arcana crew.
Was that gonna be the answer no matter what?
Yes.
Okay.
And very quickly, my head just turns. It's almost like someone called me, and I look back at you and I give you one last wave and one little sad look before blowing you a kiss and waving goodbye.
She goes, hot damn, mama. And I'm gonna slap her on the ass, and then I'm gonna whip around behind.
We have an unboxing to do. This was sent to us by a wonderful viewer of the show who's been with us from the very beginning, I believe.
Yeah.
In this package, there are gifts for all of you, as well as candy to share.
I already prepped.
Okay.
Whoa!
Hooray.
The end of it now, you're coming to the other side. I need everybody to make one more constitution. And makes it over to this pillar.
Also, Cameron, this map looks amazing.
Right?
Let's see if I can throw that out.
I built it with my own two hands.
What about that other hand? What was it?
It watched. Stay safe out there, adventurers.
Listen, I can only catch the.
Welcome, weary travelers, to another thrilling episode of Arcanarama. The sky tore open and vile ink rained across the land. I'm Cameron Holt, and I'll be your dungeon master for the evening. I'm joined, as always, by the intrepid Arcana crew. Introduce yourselves, Arcana crew.
I forgot to open my thing.
I'm your DM, Cameron Holt. Samantha Zuckerman.
Dude, where's my car? Josh Kitchen.
Feels good. You open yourself up.
Could I just get some more chips and salsa for the table? Thanks, I'm Kitty.
Taylor Higginbotham.
I love that you had to look that up in your phone.
I have a list. And it shows it at the last second.
It was I want to see how it's spelled.
Yeah, it's 2 A's.
Just two. Some announcements before we begin. Taylor, tell them about the Gilded Rogue, please.
The Gilded Rogue, please.
you buy the stuff, and you wear the stuff, and it's not backwards.
Put it on your body.
This way.
Time for crime.
Put it on your body.
You can.
Y'all like crime?
Yeah.
I love crime, and I buy shirts that tell everyone that how much I love crime from the Gilded Rogue, because the Gilded Rogue sells you things that are of high quality and of high quality hobby, which is D&D, which is why you're watching this show, likely. So go buy the stuff from them because you like the stuff from them, and we like the stuff from them. This is written down on a teleprompter just behind the camera. You scroll
Behind the camera.
You scroll a little bit faster. Thank you. Okay. Excitement. When you buy the stuff from the Gilded Rogue, they plant the trees. Someone does. Someone gives the trees to the earth, and because you bought a shirt. Isn't that fucking wild? You can do that. You can buy a shirt, and someone puts a tree in the ground. So go to thegildedrogue.com and buy a forest of merch. Because every purchase means a tree, and every tree is great. I haven't had a bad. I've never met a bad tree.
It's true.
Name a bad tree.
I hit one with
And I'm
my
not
car
saying
recently.
not the Whomping Willow. We're not going there. That's
Okay.
not real.
Yeah.
A real bad tree?
A tree right now that if you saw it, you'd be like, fuck that tree. I don't want that tree.
Tree Nation. That's who they're partnered with. They plant the
Oh,
trees.
that's
That's a good tree.
That's a good one.
A tree that got planted when I bought some merch got planted in Madagascar, and it turned a year old a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Probably a month or so ago when this goes up.
How are they doing?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Taking their first steps.
Yeah,
hope
it
not.
startled everyone.
Still just babbling.
So
Hell
go to
yeah.
thegildedrogue.com and buy a forest of merch. I'm gonna do
Sam,
that mid-game.
tell them about our other sponsor.
Our other sponsor is More Fun Comics and Games. They're a local comic book and gaming store. They also, if you are a local Dentonite or near the Denton area,
That's in
they
Texas.
do have a kind of play center. I don't know what play center sounds wrong, but like a game center where if you have a group
Got a
or if you're
bounce
looking for a
castle.
group,
And a ball
you can
pit.
go there, find them, play D&D, probably Magic the Gathering,
Yeah.
all of the
Oh,
things
definitely.
that you do with your hands at a table. You can do them there.
And there's coffee, and right next door is a bunch of MTG stuff. Like it's actually kind of
yeah.
nice.
Also,
Snacks.
not the play
Snacks.
center, but the comic book store on the square, just a few doors down. They also have a toy store.
They have a toy store, and there's big stuffed animals.
Yeah, there's like a
There's
big,
big stuffed
stuffed
animals.
like plague doctor crow that looks really fun. I don't
We're
know what
getting a
it's from.
Snorlax
Okay.
for our daughter.
Okay.
They also sell comic books online. They have a registry of all of the comic books that they
Is that
sell.
the
You can
gender
buy them
announcement just
online.
now?
Was it?
Oh,
Oops.
Have we not
maybe.
done that?
I don't think so.
Not on the show.
All right. It's a girl. At least in the beginning.
Yeah.
Her name's Ripley.
Yeah.
You're
Hell
welcome.
yeah.
Social media. Go there.
She'll have a,
Games.
she'll have a Snorlax.
Kitty, we do a lot of extra work.
Sure do.
Can you tell us about it?
Guess what?
What?
Kitty is giddy today.
I'm so tired. We have, after every single episode that we record, immediately following, we have what we call the chaos hours, where we talk about what the hell just happened, and sometimes we get secrets from what could have happened, or what almost happened to us from Cameron. And those go up on our Patreon, which you can be a part of if you really want to. It's patreon.com/Arcanarama. There's also a whole ass podcast called Guardians of the Phoenix that we recorded before we decided to start putting cameras on ourselves. There's a bunch of extra artwork, and sometimes we do polls and like merch ideas and character or NPC reveals before we play with them. And it's very fun. And you should do it.
Do it.
Patreon.
Do it.
Hello, it's me. I'm back.
You were audible, but like real far away.
Yeah. Luckily, my intro I got really loud for, so that probably
No, that's good.
at least it was heard in y'all's mics.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That was my gun
Can you,
until about a couple seconds ago.
do me a favor?
What is that?
Can you, check your vibe real quick?
Fine.
Oh shit.
No one else.
I'm gonna check my vibes too.
I'm
Okay.
going to do it regardless of what Taylor said.
I got a natural 20.
Oh, fuck.
Can you literally just throw that straight up in the air?
I tossed it and caught it and then chunked it into my tray. That's the move. That's how I'm going to roll
That's it.
every die from now
I
on.
also got a natural 14.
Oh, you too? Actually, me too, for real. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
4.
6.
Nice.
We're gonna die.
Yeah, so, like, if y'all want to get in the chat,
The chat.
See, you went to chat.
Yeah.
You went to the chat.
Get in the chat.
It's the check.
Exclamation fart.
exclamation
Vibe check.
part.
Get the check.
For those of you who are
Eventually,
new
it's
here,
just
though,
like
Exclamation
poop
fart.
fart, poop poop fart.
Exclamation fart is my favorite thing I haven't done in real life.
I have.
Yeah,
Yeah, when someone's, oh, I fucking love this song! Ah! One quick, like, two.
For those of you who are new here, it's exclamation point vibe check in the chat to roll your vibes.
Or just exclamation VC. And yeah, the lovely Arcanarama will tell you all of your stuff. And we're in the chat right now too, and we'll comment on your checks.
I'm typing something really nice about the audience.
Oh, Safari Fred, that's too far.
Sorry for the never.
Well, with that handled, it's time to quell a cult and meet the Spy Master in tonight's episode of Arcanarama.
Previously on Arcanarama, Howie and Cholula learned that Horus and Kendry of the Children of the Mist were actually Harper's spies sent to keep tabs on the organization from the inside. They learned of a prophecy that seems to speak of the Mistwalkers, stating that they would wield the weapons lost to time when nations clash, and the Black Rain would fall again, bringing what was promised of the severance. In the meantime, the Children of the Mist were planning to falsely incriminate members of the Children Council for treason. The pair reported back to Silas and Alma, where the group considered their options within the hidden conversation pit of Mistvale Keep. Eventually, they set a plan in motion with Genevieve and Councilman Kimbley Snowspot to catch the Children of the Mist in the act, before setting out to meet with Renair Neverember in Waterdeep to get to the bottom of this prophecy business. What unseen roadblocks lie in wait for the adventurers? Will they be able to end the cult activity in Chillrun and keep all of Kavora from falling into ruin? Find out right now on Arcanarama.
We begin right where we left off. As you've all awakened, feeling rested in Mistvale Keep, what preparations, if any, do you make before heading to the Chillrun Council building to officially announce your return from Borca? You have enough time to make any preparations that you need to, or if there's anything you need to discuss before going up, or if you wanted to do a downtime task. I'd say there's about enough time for that, because I think this, I don't remember exactly the time that we decided on, but I think it was like midday was when the announcement is happening.
Yeah. I think we should probably go over how we want to do the speech one more time before we, just do it.
Right. I'm introducing Howie,
Yes.
and
I'm telling of what happened in Borca,
Yes.
Yes.
And I think
and that transitions into...
well, I think I was gonna start, right?
I could just stand in the back and vibe if I need to.
Well,
that works. I mean, there's not a lot to cover. Just so if you want to open, I'll transition into. So the reason we've been gone for so long, a little accident, but we met our new teammate Howie, who is going to help us with our future endeavors.
do you want to start with we left here because of
Oh, that's good because
this,
it just
and we found
enforces
Howie,
the point that we can't stay in a place.
and then I'll come in with But the point is we're back for now, and there's always more hero work to do. But we want to make sure that you all know that we're keeping eyes
I like that.
or something.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't make it sound like we're
watching
always
you.
around.
We're
'cause
always
then-
watching.
I think that's the opposite of what we want here.
I could give off that vibe for sure.
But just to be clear, I think this is one where we have to be as boring to look at as possible. Right? Like just here we are.
Should we put on our regular traveling clothes?
I think that's a good
Probably.
idea.
So no mist.
I wouldn't. It's kind of. I got us here for sure, and my bad.
And we work together.
We worked together. I didn't have to maybe light it.
We had to make a point
Light
to
it?
the giants.
I lit up ahead.
because they're big and they're fast, and it takes a bit to stop.
No, they needed to stop destroying things.
I don't think we were thinking, let's light this up in a way that
Right.
starts a religion.
I don't
think we were
usually
just
look
trying
at
to
it
signify
at,
that the
like-
fight was over.
I don't usually look at a decapitated head and think like everyone should see this in the most glorious way.
Isn't that the symbol?
Yep.
Is that like, I don't know, maybe you lead with that?
Oh, that it was an accident?
No.
All
know,
of
is that
this
your
was
thing?
an accident.
This
I
was
loved
all.
it.
This was all our
Have a
bad.
sage, glowing head. Come on,
Let's pull up the people who really did this on stage right now. Come on.
No, yeah, I think mostly that's good though. We just show up in regular clothes. I'll take my armor off because it's flashy. We don't need that. We just look like normal people. And we go up there and I'll say, hey, had a thing in a different place.
You realize you just said, I'll take off my armor in front of the DM, right?
God? That's fine. God would never do anything to harm me. I get a feeling he loves me very much.
Alma, don't look right now. The DM is right over there. I said not to look.
But it is pretty ostentatious armor, so it can't stay on.
For sure. But I mean, it could play into we have been out adventuring and we're just stopping through on the way to the next world-ending event. The armor isn't exactly like, look at us, we're
I guess
better than
that's
you.
true.
It's like,
Maybe
we
if
are
I rub
still
some
fighting.
dirt on it?
Yeah, like
Okay.
we're still amidst the fight, you know?
Yes. I mean, I don't think.
I mean, showing up and being like, hi, it's me, your god. I'm not as awesome as you thought. It doesn't really go over that
Feels
well.
funny,
you know?
yes.
Well, I
yeah,
do
like,
have to save the world. I think, I don't know, I feel like we can still, be ourselves and be not godlike.
I don't think we're godlike in the least, which makes this even
Right.
more disorienting.
So, I mean,
think.
just us attempting to talk in front of them should be helpful.
That's true.
But they should understand also that there are things that we are involved in and are capable of that we have to take care of, and we can't stay here and babysit the council.
It's true. Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Ollie
It's
would
good.
hate this conversation, by the way.
Ollie is kind of a god now, yeah.
But she's, like an archangel, I
A
suppose.
deity of some sort.
Yeah. Good for her.
We'll
them.
say minus
Good for them.
Ollie. The rest of the Mistwalkers.
Fully on board with that statement.
Yeah.
So, like, how many of you are there now?
Well, there's us and Genevieve, and Ollie was
Pippin's kind of unofficial, kind of, sort of.
Ollie was
Contract work.
There's a
Was someone
smaller
that we-
guy, a smaller man too, right?
Oh, Pete. Pete is independent.
yes.
Pete is kind of
You
the...
cannot request
contract.
nor refuse.
Work.
Have you read? Have you read the
No.
graphic? No, you haven't. Okay, I was going to say there's a certain graphic novel about turtles that fight crime,
Oh, no.
and they have a friend named JC.
Okay.
Pete is kind of our JC. He's like not in the group, but he kicks ass separately and
Yeah.
kind of joins in.
Okay.
Ollie is
sporting.
someone that we started off on a sort of adventure with when we all first
Yeah.
met.
Took a javelin to the knee.
She, yes, unfortunately, was
A healer?
Wellington's not in the room, is he?
No.
Okay. Wellington, when he was in his sort of beast form, actually took her down. But we have seen her a couple times since, and she's sort of like, yeah,
Wait, what? Dead? No.
yeah. But, you know,
But cool.
like spirit, she's a deity power stuff.
Okay.
She
I
killed
don't
my other
understand
side.
how it works, but
Like,
This is y'all have been through a lot. This is fine.
yeah. And then there's Aurora, who I think we've mentioned that when everything went down in Alten and her mother had tricked her, and she, I think, is in the Feywild somewhere.
Yeah, she's safe in the Feywild, according to her.
But, you know, at least a former Mistwalker. I don't know if we'll see her again, but
Rabbit, of course.
Rabbit, which we didn't have time to contact, but probably still out there. And Mr. North.
It sounded a little bit like they're fighting the current government, which, based on what I know of this person, that tracks.
I think that's about it.
Be so much.
I mean, Renee, we kind of count him.
Yeah.
Another sort of like contract. You know, he can't just travel around with us everywhere we go. He's in charge of things. Which is not, you know, the way that we work.
Well, we're not winging it. We have a plan here.
We have an outline.
We have an outline.
We have to read the room too. Maybe the
Your role
rioters.
is
Maybe
to
they
say
show up and
hello.
they're selling tomatoes. You know.
Selling
That
tomatoes.
could be bad.
So don't wear white.
That's all of my clothes.
All of my traveling clothes are white.
Everything is pastel and white.
Wear your red shirt that looks like it's been hit by a couple tomatoes.
When I bled in a lot, is that?
Yeah.
All right.
It's kind of brown now.
Yeah. Crunchy.
So we all put on our OG traveling uniforms.
Traveling uniforms. Excellent. And you begin making your way towards the council building of Chilrun.
Yeah.
I
Excellent.
left my armor on.
Okay.
Come back to
Just
my
like,
Don't
you know,
kill
like
me.
mostly cloak.
Yeah.
Where you can like see shiny under, but it's not like,
Yeah.
it's gotta be a little scuffed or something.
I rub a little dirt on there.
For sure.
to make
It
sure.
probably doesn't take too much. Like you take good care of your armor so that it's not like degrading, but it's you've been attacked wearing it. So
I'm frequently attacked.
wonderful.
So no mist.
No on the mist.
No on the mist.
They love that shit.
No.
Along the way, people in the street do kind of like catch your eye and take notice of you. You hear like whispers and there's definite recognition, but no one approaches you. A few people do hold up medallions of the Children of the Mist and kind of like nod in solidarity as you walk past. And
Can
eventually,
I be like,
yeah, sure. Eventually, you arrive at what was formerly the Cathedral of the Fairfather.
Is anyone following, or are we just passing by those people?
Nobody follows you now.
Oh.
Actually, sorry, make a perception check.
Could I tell them that we're making a speech? Like, speaking not directly to those with medallions, but could I, walking through the streets, just kind of announce
Sure, yeah.
that we are headed towards the council building to have a public talk, because I am the most charismatic one.
That's why you're leading this.
12.
12 perception? Yeah, a couple of people kind of trail behind you, but there's not a whole lot of people out.
Yeah.
And you realize why as you arrive at Silverlight Square, which is because most people have already gathered. There's a pretty big crowd here, still kind of like patchy, and a lot of people have kind of taken up towards the front of this stage that's been set up. You're met there by guards who escort you through the crowd and up into the council building of Chilrun. Stepping through the massive double doors, size such that even giants could comfortably enter this space, you find yourselves within the Chilrun Council building. What was once an ostentatious cathedral of white, silver, and gold has been toned down in extravagance, but still exudes an air of leadership. Pillars and ridges of stone stretch up the walls to vaulted ceilings where arcane lights illuminate the space. The floors are polished gray stone topped with large rugs, and a tapestry on the back wall bears a symbol of a heart flanked by mountains and a pair of wheat stalks crossed beneath it, which is the newly adopted symbol of Chilrun. Genevieve is there waiting for you. Welcome. Councilman Ironcrown and Councilwoman Stormwhistle are addressing the crowd on the stage. When they give the signal, the doors will open. We'll descend the steps and address the crowd. Are you all ready for this?
Sure.
Yeah.
It can't get worse.
We're.
It could get worse.
Oh, good.
Things could go really poorly, but things could also go really well.
Hey,
Hopefully,
Genevieve.
what's up?
Not supportive. Not a supportive thing to say.
I'm just being a realist.
Things usually
I
go
turned
really
out
well.
this
with
way
us.
for a reason.
Would you like to go over those reasons before we go on stage?
No, we can go over them after.
The doors open, and Genevieve kind of like nods at you all and leads you forward. Descending the steps of the council building, you're met on the raised stage by Trondr Ironcrown, the dwarvish captain of the guard, as well as Lady Polena Stormwhistle, the human representative of nobility on the council. And you also know her to be a harper. About 10 feet from the base of the stage is a line of 12 city guards, and beyond them, a sea of bodies. Even more people have gathered since the time that you went inside, and everyone's kind of like pushed up towards the stage now. Silverlight Square is absolutely packed to the brim with commoners, merchants, and nobles alike who have all come to see the return of the Mistwalkers. As you step onto the stage, a cheer rises up from the crowd and doesn't show signs of dying down anytime soon.
How do the guards look? Like, are all of them at attention doing their job, or are any of them kind of like trying to peek up at us?
Make an insight check.
Is it kind of one of those long applauses where we have to kind of like buy time, like, okay.
Yeah, it feels that
I
way.
want to say.
All right, yeah. Like looking at each other.
22.
22? No, these guards seem pretty professional. They're all keeping eyes on the crowd versus on you guys. If any of them are excited that the Mistwalkers have returned, or excited about your speech, they aren't showing it.
Okay.
Or at least they're like, we'll hear what they're gonna say because we're in the front row.
Yeah.
Trondr hands each of you an unassuming-looking necklace of some kind, and Genevieve leans in. Oh, these are mantles of thaumaturgy. Wearing them will amplify the volume of your voice so that everyone present can hear you.
Okay.
And with that, the Mistwalkers have the floor.
Once it starts to quiet down, hello, everyone. We are the Mistwalkers.
Another cheer rises up.
Wave. It's like, hey.
No sound.
Yours is actually broken.
And then that just and it's very strange hearing your voices like echo on the buildings around you. It's like that slight like stadium delay happening.
We understand that it's probably been kind of difficult and confusing to understand where we went for so long. We were pulled away to help some friends and family in a difficult situation, and that brought us to a plane beyond this one in a very normal way. It was so not like that. It was not a good time or fun, and it left us all back here in a time that is very similar and yet very different to the one that we left. But
You can hear like whispers carrying through the crowd of people like, wow, what the fuck?
but
That's the gist.
we are
Beautiful.
here now for some time, and we were able to help the friends and family that we sought to help, and met a new friend our new teammate Howard. Our new teammate Howard.
Hi. I'm Howard.
And who's that behind you, Howard?
I'm Hank.
We understand that there has been some trouble here in Shellrun and disagreements between the council and the people who live here, and we do want to help. And Howard is going to be aiding the council in finding evidence of any fraudulence or misdeeds on the part of your protectors, the city council. So
There's like less cheers, but clapping.
and you know, Cholula is here to talk about everything else that we, the Mistwalkers, have planned.
Thank you, everyone, for coming to see us today. We're glad to be back to what we consider home. As Alma said, it has been much longer than anticipated for us to return. We did appoint these council members ourselves, and we believe that our choices were good and fair. We'll be here for, a few days to just sort of check in on everything and make sure that all is well. However, part of the type of work that we do in the lives that we lead, there are people all over that need help, that we're sort of the kind of people that are able to give that help. And unfortunately, we cannot stay permanently in Chillrun and spend our days being part of this council. We have many, many things to attend to until our bodies will no longer allow us to do those things, in which case we would return to Chillrun for our retirement.
Right? Yes.
I mean, some of us.
Eventually we'll need that. Correct.
Yes. So we're happy to be here. We're happy to meet some of you and see how your lives have been since the United Giants and the people of Chillrun and everything has come together, and the spreading of the warmth, to see how it's treated you. And we'll enjoy our time while we're here, and hopefully it won't be as long before we come back again. So I'm going to take the necklace off.
Could I have one of you make a persuasion check with advantage? Or if you'd both like to roll persuasion, you can do that as well.
Let's both do it and just even our odds.
Yeah.
Because we both roll bad advantage. 25?
25.
Hey! It's like you did roll with advantage, basically.
Yeah.
There's a pause, and then uproarious applause. Everyone cheers and screams. The people seem accepting of everything that you've said. There was a minor gaffe during Cholula's speech, but no one seems to mention it. It's not that you guys did not appoint the Council of Chillrun; they were democratically elected.
Oh, okay.
We appointed the council. The idea of the council.
Right.
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah, the idea of holding the elections,
Yeah.
and everybody in the audience is like, yeah, that's what you meant.
The general we.
They continue to applaud. It begins to disperse a little bit from the back, and you guys are free to. I know you talked about going down and chatting with some people,
Yeah.
or if you wanted to.
I would walk to the front of the stage and do that handshake thing, but my mic thing is still on.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
"Oh,
like,
how are you? How are you?
the guards have quarterstaffs held at horizontally, and people are kind of like leaning over them, like shaking your hand, and you're just kind of like reaching over guards.
Right, I'll take the necklace off, and I'll extend like a misty hand because I'm still practicing that. If I could.
Yeah, make a
Non-lethally.
yes, for sure. Obviously, make a persuasion check. I would say.
Persuasion. Persuasion. Oh, that's a +0. I'm glad I scrolled. 9.
9. You kind of like extend your hand of mist towards a man who's got like what is clearly his child on his shoulders. And he reaches out and he's like, yeah, like tries to like shake it. His hand passes through. Kid starts screaming, crying.
Or like shuffle to the edge of the stage.
What are the rest of you up to?
I'm gonna take that necklace off just in case.
Yeah, Tronder will come by and
Yeah,
like collect those from you guys.
So are we?
I feel like that went well.
Are we gonna go down there, or?
We should mingle for a bit, right? I mean,
Sure.
I think that went pretty well. You guys did great.
We could talk inside for a moment and let it disperse a little, and then just see.
That's a
who's
good
left.
idea. Don't walk into the sea.
Yeah.
Should we alert some of the guards that we're going to be mingling a bit, to have a bit of detail?
Oh yeah. If they were
Do we
already-
know, like the captain of the guard?
Yeah. You lingered in his office for a really long time a while back.
Oh, right.
Was it
Tronder is the captain. He's like the overseer of the city guard.
Yeah, so I guess as we hand him our...
That was a great speech. Well done. Seemed like I really liked it.
Thank you.
We're planning to hang out for a minute and then maybe talk to some people in the crowd. If you have a few guards that may be able to just be around, just in case anyone here didn't like the speech.
Aye, of course.
Thank you.
Is there a
Appreciate it.
table set up or anything that we could sit behind, so that people
There
can
are
approach with
benches.
things that are...
That might feel very othery.
No, we didn't know that you were expecting to do a Q&A afterwards. But we've got guards enough that we can, keep you safe as you mingle with the crowd.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
that sounds good.
hopefully eventually we do get to live here again. So
Right,
everybody
yeah. Everybody can
everybody needs to get on the same page that
Yeah.
like we're just people.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't need like painting ops or anything, not like...
Right. All right. That was... I'm still shaking.
That was...
Everybody wants to, take 10 minutes.
I
or
got
something.
mad. Why did I get mad?
Why are you so
You got
mad?
Yeah, I was just thinking about like we've traveled to other places where like cities suck. You know, there's like one person ruling over all of them, or there's a council that's definitely corrupt. But like they have it pretty fucking good here,
Or like,
and not by our means. We were gone for 10 years, and they kept it good here. You know.
I mean, zealots will zealot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean,
zealot's gonna
I'm
zealot.
just kind of like
as
I
they
wanted
say.
to say, and I'm glad I didn't. Like you guys have it pretty fucking good here. We just came back from a place that was ruled by a child old man who had a theme park.
Oh, thank you, man.
like that's like the bar for things.
That bad when you say
Society
it like
is
that.
either a child old man with a theme park or a council.
It sounds like it's fun when you say it like
A
that.
torture theme park
And
A
yeah.
torture theme park.
Okay, that's much
Yeah.
better.
that you didn't buy tickets to.
No, and that
you are
can't-
trying
You
to
got
leave.
poisoned
But
and
you
dropped
can't leave.
into, apart from your friend.
And you killed all of your family. You have every reason to not lead a certain area, but you somehow lead a certain area.
Right.
As the crowd has now dispersed quite a bit and more people are going about their daily business, there are still a bunch of people kind of like lingering around and keeping eyes on you and stuff. It lets up enough that the 12 guards that were standing in a line formation split up, and you have 3 on each of you. If you'd like to mingle.
Yeah.
Okay.
We shall mingle about.
We'll take
Yeah.
a few minutes talk and then I guess use the rings when if anybody's like, I'm ready to go, then we can all head back to the keep together.
You know, I figured, fellas, we could set up a small perimeter here and just kind of allow a couple in at a time to talk to us, and then we could shuffle them out, right? Kind of.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, if that sounds good. We can all speak to them at once as opposed to having our own detail.
Yeah. So they kind of like semicircle around you at the base of the stairs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, before we like go back out, I'm gonna hand Howie my ring of, I don't remember what we called them. No, I don't have one. Rabbit had one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The ring of Talbot.
Communication rings. Do I have one?
You've had one.
Yeah.
I have one. I'll give it to Howie.
I think Howie was the only one that didn't have one.
Yeah, I can send messages with my mind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't require attunement. You have
cool.
a ring
Oh, yeah.
that basically the way that these rings work is you have a bank of about 150 words per day that you can all pull from to talk to anyone else wearing a ring within 10 miles.
Pippin also has one.
Pippin also has one.
Hello?
You don't have
You hear
to
me?
say it out loud.
Just
Can you
think
hear
the
me?
words. Think about
Oh.
you saying it.
Oh, okay.
Think about if your mouth was really small and on your finger.
Don't do it like that.
Somebody roll a d4.
Just practice
D4?
in the
Yeah.
mirror.
4.
4? Nice.
It's dinosaurs. It's always
The guards let a
dinosaurs.
dinosaur in through the
Yeah.
semicircle.
Chase.
Shit, they're gonna love this.
So you guys are talking like mad shit about my cousin
So we're gonna
and
give us
his,
some
his
pointers.
3 brothers.
So your cousins.
Stepping through the line is an Earth Genasi man who has this sort of reddish, rough texture to his skin. Mostly, he's got kind of like male pattern baldness, very bristly, like wire-like hair. Steps forward. It's a pleasure to meet you. Name's Brick.
Rick,
Rick, nice to
Nice
meet
to
you.
meet you.
Silas.
I can't believe I got to shake hands with the Miss Walkers. This has been quite a day.
Oh, no. We're just people.
Yeah, good news. Same hands,
Yep.
basically.
Taxpayers' hands, even.
Right. Well, so you said you're planning on heading out again. Do you know how long you'll be in town?
Not exactly.
No, we're still kind of ironing some of those things out here.
I see. But you got some big business to deal with, huh?
Yep.
It sounds
The
like it,
adventure
yes.
calls.
Oh,
So what about you? How's children been?
it's been lovely.
Were you here
Fields are-
before?
I was from before. I came in after the Pontifex was already instated. Thalia Yaldrin was in charge of things when I moved here. But, things got rough, especially out in the fields. Winters were hard. We couldn't hardly keep any crops at all. But now with the Heart of Pale Roar reinstated as it is, we've got crops year round. It's a dream.
That's great.
Good.
It's good that you stuck it out. Takes a lot
Right.
of heart to do that.
Right, a lot of people, couldn't hang with it. My wife, she left me,
Oh,
took off
Oh,
with
no.
the kids. But
Too bad.
That's
I was thinking about moving down to Waterdeep. I've got a buddy down there, drives carts.
big
And,
carts.
Big carts. They're called mega carts. Have you heard of them?
No, I could be here all day listening to mega carts and things of that nature.
This conversation goes on for longer than
I'm gonna
it
show
Have
like
you ever
motion
heard
to the
of
guards.
monster cars, though?
Yeah, one of them comes up. He's like, "We've got a lot of people to get to." He's like, "Oh, right, absolutely.
Nice to meet you, Brick.
Nice to meet you as well.
Wonderful.
If you ever meet a woman named Gwenny, Earth Genasi, tell her Brick misses her. Bye."
Okay. Okay,
So what
another
about
adventure.
monster carts?
Monster
that
carts?
sounds good.
Like they're big and they're fat,
No.
and you have to like stay in.
If you
would
start
be
writing
fun.
things down, I swear.
Tiny notepad.
Somebody roll a d6, please.
I'll let someone else do it.
3.
3, excellent.
Are you prepared for this?
Yeah.
Good.
No, like
My
at the-
list of random
At the end of the last session, he was talking about, oh, you guys are gonna meet some motherfuckers.
The sad thing is I can't remember the one that I talked about, but it's probably for the best. A human woman steps in. She's got dirty blonde hair that's kind of pulled back into a bun. She's wearing simple, common clothes that look to have some kind of like flower remnants on them. She steps in and shakes all of your hands and gives like a gentle bow as well.
What's your name?
I'm Croster.
What?
Croster?
Croster.
Cruster.
Croster.
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 Sorry, I have a bit of an accent.
No, it's okay. It's a
Me
bit
too.
loud. It's a bit loud out here.
Right. I've been a fan of yours for some time.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
When did
Is
you
she
become a fan?
implying that she's a child of the mist?
Make an insight check.
When did you become a fan?
Oh, about maybe 10 or so years ago. 10 or 11.
Sounds about right.
22.
22. You see just kind of like a little bit peeking out on the collarbone of the blouse, a tattoo with very familiar kind of like curves and swirls that you can tell is like just the top portion of the cloud of the symbol of the Children of the Mist.
Yeah.
Listen, I just wanted to say that I really appreciate everything you've done for children and everything that you'll do for children in the future.
Well, it's really.
Did you just wink?
I tried.
It's
Did I do a
really.
bad job?
Actually,
Yes.
fun.
No, you successfully winked.
It's actually really great that, the giants and the leaders of Chillrun were able to come together and negotiate for the good of the people who live here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And if you live outside of these walls, it's kind of hell. So,
Oh, I know that much for certain.
right, so Chillrun's pretty chill, I'd say. It's kind of their thing, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw a shirt that
They
said
should put
Chillrun's pretty, keep Chillrun chill.
They should, they should sell postcards.
Yeah, well,
Chilling in Chillrun.
yeah.
She
I mean,
pulls out like a
Wish
little,
you were chill.
like a quill and pad and just like writing this down.
Yeah, the council's done wonderful. Every group of people that gets together to make decisions for others will slip up, but that's natural. That's
I
just
think
the
for
rule
the
of
most
large
part,
numbers.
They've done a very good job.
Right.
Right. Well, we're glad to have you back.
We're
now.
we're going to be leaving soon.
The guards are like escorting her. And a D4, please.
I'll let Josh roll
We
this one.
can keep going as long as you guys want.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3.
3, excellent.
Is this like on a intolerable scale? You haven't written characters, but you've written how intolerable is this next?
It's
4?
funny you should say that.
4 out of 4.
Oh no.
The next person almost sort of like glides in.
Oh, good.
Very tall for an elf, probably a high elf, platinum blonde hair that just kind of is incredibly straight, drifts down, like barely even moves in the wind as they step forward wearing long robes. And most people have been kind of like deferential and like shaking your hands. He kind of like glides forward and holds his hand out like this.
Shakes hands.
Wonderful cuticles, sir.
What's your name?
I am Ripwin Philandrolith.
Nice to meet you.
That's great.
I feel like we've met a lot of philandroliths recently.
Have you? Where? Do you get to the spiral wood often?
Not as much as I'd like.
Where does the name come from? You said Philandrolith?
Yes.
Well,
comes
probably
from-
derivative of chlorophyll.
It comes from the Elven language, derivative from Sylvan, of course. It means
Right.
of the forest.
Oh, nice.
Philandrolith.
Yes. Technically, to be translated, there are just so few words available in the common tongue to encapsulate all of the feelings that you can get, the emotions from the Elven language. Philandrolith could be interpreted more as one who was born in the forest. It's more like a poem than a word.
And you came here to meet us.
That's fascinating.
Yes, I'm a big fan. Mistwalkers, I hear that it was your deeds that returned the mirror of Geladorn to Mistranor.
Ran out of breath.
It's very warm today.
We did find the mirror. It was returned by the heralds.
What is your stance on the current climate of things in Mistranor?
We'd rather not say, honestly. We hadn't gathered enough data to really...
That's a complicated socio-political situation.
Very complicated. We spent
Are
some
you
time in
aware
smaller
of-
towns, but we'd only heard rumor and hearsay.
Have you been made aware of the fall of King Othorion Hervor Geladorn and what has happened in his absence?
We have heard, yes. It is not our place to, though this city doesn't say it, it's not our place to disrupt political systems because we've heard a couple of things. We hadn't visited the ruler as they are now. So, it's not our place to say, I think.
I see.
Just mere adventurers.
Part of why we're trying to talk to people right now is to get, what's your feel for the climate of things here?
Tumultuous at best, I would say. Here in Chilrun and between Winfell and Mistinor. I have family in Geladorn, you see. Some of the few who stuck around after the fall of Othorion Hevel Geladorn and the rise of High King Thaddeus Rockus. Apparently taxation has increased to inane highs in the city.
What did your family say happened?
Well, we are of the belief that Geladorn was poisoned by the High King's son. Rather, by his own son. And that the current High King was then abdicated the throne and took power based off of maybe monetary gain or some sort of plot between himself and Hevelor's heir.
Do they have any proof?
When you say Helvelo, which are you?
Othorion Hevelor Geladorn. Sorry, we elves often switch between our three given names at any time, depending on the context of the situation and what the poem of that name represents.
People call me Catgirl sometimes.
Yeah, I'm a
Really?
milkman.
He's the milkman.
That's weird, girl. And I think they called you
I'll
Dog
say hello.
Robot? I'm not entirely sure. I didn't hear it.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Interesting.
Our real fans call us that.
Interesting translations, to be sure. Well, it was a pleasure. And the city will miss you, but I understand
Yes,
that
we-
it
yes,
is
we will be-
what
We'll
it
miss
must
the
be.
city
Floats away.
He turns into butterflies.
It's, how far are they away from us at this point?
He's drifted away. The next person you see is
Oh my god.
Name's a poem?
I was going to uppercut him.
Silas, it's not that bad.
It's so bad. Could you have dinner with that? Oh, hi.
I think it's kind of beautiful that elven names are often poems.
Okay. Just the names. That was the only thing that we got from that conversation. That names of poems. Nothing else about that person was different.
Why isn't my name a poem?
You've met your grandmother.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes history
She is a poem.
She is a poem.
Yeah, her poem is about breakfast.
The
And tea, I
muffins were
hear.
good. Yes.
Stepping through, led through by the guards. Next is
This is more tiring than I thought it would be. It's kind of, no one has complimented us, really, you know? Which
No,
is-
not in a real way.
Yeah.
I mean, they've said they're fans. That's sort of a
Yeah, but in like a, I'm
some-
a big fan.
Is there somebody drawing caricatures nearby?
not nearby, but probably somewhere in Silverlight Park.
Yeah.
Led through by the guards. Next is a dwarven man with a thick, wiry beard that is unkempt. It's not no braids. It's just a mess, like a forest of dark brown hair on his chin. A forest of merch. His hair is cut in such a way that it looks like he had a mohawk at one point, but it's kind of grown out, so it's just kind of still stuck up and much longer in the center, but shorter on the sides.
Yeah.
But all just kind of wild and out there. And he steps forward. He's wearing simple, he's not armored, but I'd say Silas, you would clock this before anyone else, but based on the types of boots that he's wearing and the types of leathers that his pants are made from, that he's probably some sort of sailor or fisherman. As he
I'll stride forward and just clasp forearms.
does the full-on Beastmaster with each of you who will have it.
And what do they call you?
Breaks my arm.
I'm called Bolin.
Hello.
Bolin Wetbeard.
Hello. Ballin.
That ballin' or bowling?
Bolin.
Ballin.
Like the first one or the second one?
Ballin.
Balin?
Balin.
Bolin.
The first one.
Balin. Okay.
Balin. Balin Wetbeard. You can call me Wetbeard if you want.
I want.
Excellent. Miss Walkers.
Yeah.
That means
Heroes
kind of
of the
a
realm.
poem too, I think. It tells a lot in one thing.
Bolekting.
Balin Wetbeard.
I just had to take this opportunity to meet the heroes of Children and express my gratitude and thanks. I'm not actually from the city, but I heard you were going to be speaking. I was nearby and thought I would come by, and lo and behold, I was given the chance to meet the heroes of Children.
Nice. Where are you from?
Yeah, what is it you do?
I am actually from the south, Port Dampier. I am a merchant. I was bringing a caravan of supplies up to the city and delivering them to local merchants for selling in their shops, and heard about what was going on, and it was a fortuitous moment.
That's great. Well, we love Dampier, right? They have that bar that's kind of like not okay, but that's on purpose.
Ah, Red Herring.
I like
herring.
the curio shop. They have fun things.
Yes, yeah.
Ah, strange place. It's somehow always there, always open, never closes, same person behind the counter.
Do you ever talk to him?
No, I've never been inside.
Oh,
I
really?
only hear these stories.
Superstitious.
I was gonna ask if you would do me a favor and let him know that the doll that we got from him ended up helping save somebody's life.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is very nice.
I know.
I could maybe get someone to pass this information along who's not afraid to
What,
cross
could
the
we
threshold.
just like write a note about it and you can just slide it under the door?
Oh yeah, you don't even have to go inside.
I could do that, yes. I could just give it to the heralds and have them give it to him.
Oh, perfect.
Sure, yeah. Thanks for coming to meet us. We've given you an errand. Is there anything we can give you?
You want me to?
Thank you.
Oh, no, you have done enough.
We're just adventurers that happen to be in the right place at most other people's wrong times.
I'm gonna
I,
just write a quick note about the doll for the guy and fold it up and give him like a couple silver or something, I guess.
He takes it, accepts the silver, and like nods and tucks
Good.
it into his vest. I once met a noble sailor, captain of his ship. What is his name? Steelheart.
Oh yeah.
He spoke highly of you, and I just thought I would pass that along. I hear he is overseas now, on a merchant vessel that crosses out to all the different continents across Kavora, but thought I'd pass that along.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
he was nice.
Yeah, very nice. Had a rough trip.
Well, if I might ask, what is next for the Mist Walkers?
Oh, we're just sort of planning that out. We've got some people we've got to talk to, and
At locales that we shall not disclose, as we don't know what the outcome will be.
Does this guy seem to be asking out of just like conversational curiosity or?
Insight check.
But your business is doing well, then? You're making your family proud?
Yes, absolutely. All 13 of my children are growing up strong.
It was precarious. 27.
27. No, he seems to be just
Okay.
politely making conversation. This guy didn't like. He doesn't seem like he came to meet you with an agenda. It was just like he's heard stories about
he was
you.
just like in town
heard
and
that this
heard
was
the Jonas
happening.
Brothers were
yeah,
playing?
Yeah, and happened to have enough money to like buy a ticket. And he's
You
like,
get
oh
it.
shit, I got a backstage pass.
You get it. When you hear that the Jonas Brothers are in town, and you're just like, can't get enough
might
of those.
as well.
Can't get enough of those bros. You've been around. You've seen a television that has them on it, and you thought, a whole concert with them only
They
for
were the
more than an
first
hour?
band I thought of. They were the first band I thought of.
He exchanges a few more pleasantries with you and politely says his goodbyes, wishes you well, and heads off on his way.
Someone we didn't have to shuffle off.
You stick around and chat with a few more people. General consensus is that a lot of people just kind of wanted to meet the heroes of Chillrun, and now they can tell all their friends that they shook their hands.
nice.
Cool.
There's
in a couple years we can sell
a couple
our
of
hair.
weirdos, for sure.
On like level of people's interest in myself, where they're like most people are interested in them and not me, right?
Make a luck check.
Ooh, 19.
19? No, there's actually a lot of interest in you. I didn't roleplay that very well just now, with these 4 people, but
What about you, little one? Did you want to come up to the front and talk to just Howie for a second?
yeah, a lot of people like welcome you to the Mistwalkers, or like congratulate you on your induction to the club. And yeah, there's
Super awkward about it.
yeah, there's a lot of interest. They're all really awkward about it too.
Cool.
Yeah. So after you have your meetings with the public and kind of show a little bit of face, what is the plan from there?
Y'all want to go to the bar?
Straight after this, we should probably tuck away into the bar, right? Well, let's go to the
There's
bar.
probably a
Let's-
private room, right?
We've got a private room in the
Let's
back.
go
We should
straight to the bar.
probably-
That'll maybe attract more business, right?
Yeah.
Let's go straight in.
Yeah, and we could go to the private room, people follow us there, come in,
But
start
boom,
buying drinks.
locked out.
We vanish.
Got him. Okay, that sounds good.
Then you can use your mist if you need to. Just
I tried to do a handshake earlier and scared the shit out of a child. I think I'm gonna leave it alone for a while.
Builds character.
It's good for you.
So you all make your way back to the Feast and Fountain, and a crowd certainly follows.
No, the feast and fountain.
Oh no,
has
sorry.
been
Yeah.
reduced to dust.
Yeah.
Torn asunder.
Sorry, the Firefrost Tavern. We
has
stuck with
real
our
tears.
FF theming, and I got confused, as will always happen. You head back to the
Starts
Firefrost
with an F and
Tavern.
another F.
The Fable Fire.
You head to the Fantasy Forge Tavern.
We're coming for you.
We love Fs.
And
Fuck.
you make your way in. You can grab a couple drinks on the house, obviously, because you own the place. And make your way into the back room. And that's where we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. Hey! We'll be back in about 10 minutes, so don't go away.
Don't.
As the line of monstrous bandits advance towards you, you hear creaking coming from the woods, when suddenly, belching out from the forest, the dire troll. You're up first.
I cast Fireball.
That's all of them. Roll damage.
All 6s.
Booyah!
All right, you're next.
I cast Cone of Cold. It says AD8 right here. 64 points of damage.
I cast Lightning Bolt.
That's all right with me.
You just did that.
Radiates this like golden energy, and I cast shield.
He looks down in sorrow and then turns a fiery gaze to the rest of you. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
You mother.
I'm Cork.
Nice.
Cool.
Give him the official Herald salute, Arcana crew.
Was that gonna be the answer no matter what?
Yes.
Okay.
And very quickly, my head just turns. It's almost like someone called me, and I look back at you and I give you one last wave. And one little sad look before blowing you a kiss and waving goodbye.
She goes, hot damn, mama. And I'm going to slap her on the ass, and then I'm going to whip around behind.
We have an unboxing to do. This was sent to us by a wonderful viewer of the show who's been with us from the very beginning, I believe.
Yeah.
In this package, there are gifts for all of you, as well as candy to share.
I already prepped.
Okay.
Whoa!
Hooray.
The end of it now, you're coming to the other side. I need everybody to make one more constitution. And makes it over to this pillar.
Also, Cameron, this map looks amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
If I can throw that out.
Built it with my own two hands.
What about that other hand? What was it?
It watched. Stay safe out there, adventurers.
Listen, I can only catch the.
Welcome back.
Hello.
We continue in
Okay.
the Firefrost Tavern. Everybody get
Anyone
one
else?
out. Don't worry. There's more on the way.
The building's floating.
It's 12 degrees hotter now. We continue in the Firefrost Tavern. You're in the
She
private
does.
room. Genevieve has joined you. And yeah, you all have your drinks and are just kind of chilling after your big speech. I think that went really well.
I think so too.
Yeah.
How?
I don't know why that one girl decided to just cry when she got into the circle to talk to us. Just cry. You know, like you wait in line for that long, you might as well like say something. Like it's kind of a waste of.
She probably just
Time and
got
effort.
really overwhelmed.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
mad.
very
I'm just-
emotional for some
yeah,
people.
but it's kind of
But
like
also,
you have like a moment.
I don't
We're
know.
leaving.
I feel kind of like we're the type of group, though. I would think if I had built us up in my head a lot, and then I met us, I would almost think, yeah? You know what I mean?
I guess.
I kind of thought us just like showing ourselves, people would think, oh.
I can't remember a time when I was physically incapable of helping someone else, so I don't know what
guess
that
that's-
feels like. You know, like when you're fighting, and then you hear about like people running between burning buildings and stuff. Like you don't.
Right, it's
you know,
not that
I've
we're-
never been the person running out of a
I know
building.
I get that we are impressive in the abilities that we have. I'm not saying that is the problem. What I will say though is we recently had to all put our heads together and figure out what to do with an 8-year-old. And those things seem dichotomous.
Some of us are parents, so.
One of us is a parent.
Oh yeah.
2 of us.
I did-
Well, you weren't there at the time when we were trying to.
That's true.
And we figured if we brought you an 8-year-old, you were gonna be like really mad.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't do that.
Yeah. We didn't do that.
I
We
would have
brought
happily
Grandma.
raised the child, but I would have been quite cross with you about it for a little bit.
The child would have noticed.
As it is with anyone who raises a child, a bit cross with the person who made that.
There's a lot of family with y'all in general.
It wasn't intentional.
Okay.
Do you have any family? Well, you do. You do now.
Yes.
People who cross into this circle tend to not be able to escape being family.
Yeah, I woke up on a beach and went to the first bar that someone took me to, and my family was there. It's kind of inescapable.
It's out to get you.
Well, not all of us were
Also, you
there.
have grandmama.
A family that I didn't know. Yeah.
Anyway, next step.
Right. Should I, given that we can't leave immediately, should I try to reach out to Renair and make sure there's nothing urgent that we need to know about Fort Hornwood?
Yes.
Probably get a better briefing from Renair. The intel that he has is probably better than
It might
what
be
we can
better
maybe
than a
run.
slate.
Yeah.
We're
We also need
doing the fort. We're going to the fort.
Yeah.
Were
But-
you
okay.
going to stick around for the documents at all, or
If
A
it
couple of
happens
days.
soon,
Yeah.
hopefully.
how many days are you willing to wait?
3.
We kind of push
we
things
do
along
need
though,
to
right?
tell
How are they doing?
I think so.
Horace that we changed our plans.
Right.
I mean, he probably saw, but
Yeah,
we
I
should
imagine Horace
inform
is
him.
here. They're out there.
So maybe he can find a way to let us know when the documents are sort of en route.
How far away is the other building that the cult hangs out in?
That's like right behind the one we're in.
Yeah.
Is it within 120 feet?
Make a luck check. I'll say on a 15 or higher, yes.
No.
It is not.
All right, I'll use sending. I was hoping to get away with a message cantrip. Horace, it's Alma.
Sorry, give me just a second.
No, you're good. That's 3.
I should have seen this coming.
It's the time where we send messages.
Betty, do I? Horace, it's Alma.
Change of plans. Don't slip a fake letter. We got it.
All right.
Were you saying this out loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard you're planning on leaving the city. That's good.
Can you ask him if he can find a way to let us know whenever the plant is happening, to make sure that Howie's there to get it before God snatches it up or whatever?
I thought we didn't want. Oh, the plant that the cult.
Yes.
Do you have a way to tell us when the plant occurs?
Things were expedited. We have 6 days.
It's gonna be 6 days.
6 days.
You also have 6 words left.
Plan a document?
We'll talk. Thank you.
No problem. It worked out perfectly.
I'm improving.
6 days.
6 days is a long time.
6 days and children.
I guess we should.
But-
We can try to talk to Renea and see how soon we need to be gone.
Right.
And maybe we can find someone else that we trust that also can identify things,
Oh, yeah, sure.
so that if Howie's not here, surely there's somebody.
Genevieve, can you identify things?
I can't. No.
Howie, could you create a way to identify these things for someone else to use?
In 3 days.
It would be your doing.
There
But-
are items that exist.
Let me think on
Like
They're
the
not cheap, though.
magnifying
it.
glass.
No. I don't think so.
But if you, I don't know, could. It's important that we are a part of this, as people consider us bipartisan for some reason. Or nonpartisan. You know what I mean?
Oh, we don't know where Pete is. Do we know where Pete is?
Last
could-
I heard, Pete was somewhere in Vassacre.
Ah, yeah,
That's
he
right.
can't get
He,
here.
he moves around a lot. I don't know exactly
He
where.
probably could, though. He could probably chug a potion and be on my back in 4 seconds. It's wild. I mentioned people running out of burning buildings before. Do you remember the visage of Pete that night?
Yeah.
He was jacked. He broke his shirt. Broke his shirt. Not tore it off. Broke it. He broke a shirt. And he was floating. Why did he get jacked if he was just going to float around the whole time?
Like he was picking people up.
He's floating. You know what I mean? If you are against gravity in
Still
that
gonna
way,
have grip strength to hold on to someone.
it was weird. All right, I close my eyes sometimes and I think about it, and it's not in a good way. It's terrifying.
The information that we get from Renair could change our timeline.
So, Fort Hornwood? It's Fort Hornwood.
Well,
We're convinced that's the thing.
well, what we were told was that Renair probably has some more information and that there are people on our way who can give us some more information as well.
So
The
if we
whole
can-
prophecy is what we're kind of rolling off of
That's
here,
the
right? We
best that we
assume
can
that
guess.
that is correlated. That
We don't have enough time to investigate further slates. But I don't think our plan is to go in like,
We could talk
you're
to Renee.
obviously a war criminal.
We could talk to Renee and realize we do need to see the rest of the slates. You know, we need to gather as much information as we can to deal with Fort Hornwood in a way that we, I guess, didn't deal with Galadorn.
so like just
Are
show
you
up,
able
like
to reach out to
don't-
Renea today?
war.
I'm honestly, I don't know until
Maybe
I
if
get
we
the
ask
brief.
really nicely.
You know what? What if don't war?
What if don't war? Sir?
Horace made it sound like this isn't someone we can reason with. But we should talk to Renea because
Right.
I can't just take one person's information.
So
And Renee has, little birds everywhere as well.
what this sometimes goes wrong, and I don't have a lot of opportunities on this one. What do I need to ask Renair specifically about? He's probably gonna need more words than me.
Could I ask about
Just say
get to like how urgent is it that we join you?
that. What if prophecy? How soon to Hornwood? Something like that.
That's good. Okay. Eyes roll back. I'll say everything out loud.
Yeah.
Can I repeat while Renair is talking? Can I say what he is saying without using my words?
Sure.
Great. I will do that as well. So as I learn it, y'all will learn it. It's the Mistwalkers. Heard about prophecy? How urgent to Fort Hornwood?
Oma. Forgive me, it's been some time. Tensions are rising. We still don't know exactly what Fort Hornwood. Well, he would have said General Bremlock. But it's the same kind of words. Is planning. More information is required. Where are you?
Chill Run.
I see. Can we meet? In Waterdeep? 2 words left.
Waterdeep. That's in the opposite direction.
Of what?
Fort Hornwood.
Sort of on the way.
I mean, it's south, but we'll be going, pretty far east, and Fort Hornwood is through the woods and down to the sort of peninsula.
We're in the northeast currently. Waterdeep is in kind of the south central, if we will.
What is... Hang on,
And
let me...
Hornwood's on the far west side of.
I must
Winterfell.
go to maps and places.
So who is this again?
Renair
Renair.
is the,
Yeah, Waterdeep. If you
open
cut
lore.
straight across bodies of water, from Chill Run to Fort Hornwood, Waterdeep is kind of on the way.
Yeah, that body of water between Waterdeep and that bottom peninsula, I feel like the map used to be different.
It's the Gulf of Windfell.
Yeah. So I think the first time we played through Windfell, I think Hornwood was like shifted up, like kind of like this.
I haven't changed this map at all.
Really?
so where
What do
would
I
we
think?
have to go?
I think if we... I can't talk to you guys right
Should
now.
we tell him how long? A few days?
3 days.
How long does it take to get to water?
Right.
Like, which way
We
would
could
we have to go to
transport, right?
Waterdeep? Is my question. So would we go to Dark Pines again,
Cut over the mountain.
and then cross over the Hillock Sea?
Are you discussing this aloud?
Yeah.
Genevieve would chime in. There's actually a number of trade business that's done now between Port Dampier and Waterdeep directly. You could charter a ship from Port Dampier to Waterdeep. That would probably be about 5-day travel. If you were to travel on land through Sintukor and the Galen Mountains, then to Galen's Folly and the Hillock Sea, that's closer to about a 10-day from Chill Run to Waterdeep.
A 10-day then. We could try to deal with stuff here. Then take Dampier.
And if time is of the essence, why not take a ship? It would be faster.
Still be a 10-day, right? Dealing with stuff here, then going.
Well, I mean, if you stay here for 6 days and then take a 5-day ship, sure. But if you stay here for 6 days and then take a 10-day trip across land, that's 16 days.
So a 10-day. If we tell the Open Lord of Waterdeep a 10-day and we're there in 16
I
days,
see. I'm with
we're
you.
fine. If we just kind of round up.
How many words do we have left?
2.
2?
10-day?
10-day is 1 word.
Can you ask just 10 day?
10 day?
Also tell him he has 1 word left.
You can.
He can feel it. He responds.
It gets fuzzy.
He just
Imagine
responds.
you're like holding the words.
Excellent.
So that's good.
Okay, so
Remember the thing we told you about fighting a dragon and a friend being lost? Ollie. That was kind of Renee's fault, right?
the dragon was on our side.
Sorry, I thought that was gonna be.
I thought you were imitating a dragon.
Funny, like bat, But if dragons had to say like acid, and they had to like say the word that they were doing.
Like Pokemon.
Lightning!
Lightning! Let's.
Okay.
We could have a couple more drinks, and then I guess we could figure out what to do about this old letter.
Old letter?
It'll be in 6 days, so
Why is it going to be in 6 days?
I don't know.
Who's
Maybe they have
receiving the
to
letter?
get-
What if they expedited their
what-
business?
I'm also really confused. We're replacing the letter, but
We're
we're
not.
supposed to vouch
No.
for
We're
it.
letting them fake it, and you're
And
going to
then I'll-
detect the fake.
okay.
You're gonna identify it.
Yeah.
So-
Hey, this is
So why don't
bullshit.
we-
Someone made this.
Why don't we speed up the process at which he needs this document, right? We go to the person that is receiving it and say, I need this now. That
don't
person says
know-
that.
We don't know what type of document it is,
But
and they
We don't
said
have to know. We can tell
I
this
think
person.
the understanding was that they were placing. Someone is placing a falsified document in Kimbley's office, which is then going to be discovered by the city guard members, who
Yeah,
are also
nobody is
working.
expecting it.
Right. It's
What can we do to
Can we
speed that
just
up?
be like, hey,
I think
they're
we
going to
did
do
all
this?
we could to speed it up.
Then they can't do that?
the issue with that was that we don't know who on the city guard is part of the Children of the Mist. So, depending on who we go to, it may or may not work out in our favor.
But how do we put a fire under the city with the Children of the Mist?
That's what we did today with the speech. I think we have to spend,
But we got 6 days?
yes, instead of 10. I think maybe our best option is to spend the next 6 days doing boring work in the council building so that Howie can be in the office and recognize when a new document has arrived.
And then from there,
Because he has to identify it before the city guard, unless we can somehow get it from the guard when they try to say, that it's a forgery.
you head to Waterdeep?
Yes.
Sounds like as good a plan as any that I've heard.
I just don't want to do boring work in the council
Well, I mean,
building,
there will be
Genevieve.
There will be time for other things. You can do things around children, or I don't know what. You're always tinkering away at
Bar,
things
right?
or lifting
Is there anything
weights.
you do here?
Do they have a secret bar? in the
Silas, you've been
council
trying to
building?
catch books with Mist. We could work on that for a little bit.
I would like to do that very much. I embarrassed myself in front of a child today. Did you see it? Did you happen to
did.
catch it?
He
It was the worst.
Screamed pretty loud.
The guard even looked at me. It was like disappointment, like this is the guy.
That's the feeling I thought everyone was gonna have when they
Yeah.
saw us.
Nah, I think we're fine. We're just,
And they didn't. Which should be a confidence booster, but right now it's frustrating.
So, as you finish your drinks and
help an old lady get a cat out of a tree. I'll like stand up and
chill for the evening,
Children and children.
you have 6 days of downtime
day.
if there are any little rings that y'all are trying to fill in.
How many
Yeah. I
think
ring
for
rolls
some
are
of
we
you-
doing per day?
I'd say if you're spending a good portion of your day hanging out in the council building and trying to kind of like get Howie integrated as a Mistwalker, not so much just like we said it, but like also making that like on paper official
Yeah.
and stuff.
Well, we're probably all involved in doing something, so he's not there alone.
Exactly. So I'd say and also for the sake of like brevity of rolling a bunch of dice without talking much on stream, we'll call it a roll per day. So six rolls,
Hell
which
yeah.
might complete some of your tasks, if I'm
we'll
not mistaken.
You spent a lot of time in a mine, and I hate to bring that up, and I'm sorry, but mines seem to be kind of the main income of this area. Do you think anything could be? Sorry, I have to make a wish. Do you think there are any areas where we could maybe improve productivity or automated things of nature?
Yeah, maybe.
We have some time, and if you and
not-
Genevieve could speak.
Spend time in the mine, not really a miner, but I like making things.
Yeah, I just figured as much. And Genevieve is always looking for things to move faster.
Sure, I wouldn't want it to affect how many employees we have, though. A lot of people rely on the mines for their
No, but-
income. Automating
We-
their jobs might.
What about efficiency?
We've learned a lot about
It's not
safety.
replacing jobs, but
I see. I don't know much about these things, so I.
Yeah, no, yeah. Was that kind of how our relationship kicked off?
In the mines?
No, not in the mines, but
I would call
discussions
a
around the
certain
mines.
stable being involved.
Well, a stable, yes. A stable, I mean, many times, yes. But
At first.
at first, yeah. Then we realized that's probably not safe. It's probably kind of gross.
Right. And then father went on more business trips and things got easier.
Yeah, for sure. But the weirdest conversation I've ever had over a D&D table. But about, I mean, I spent my childhood in mines. I imagine I imparted something about Kesso to you.
Roll a d20.
It's an 8. It was almost a 20.
You talked about. I think I've heard the term Kesso before. You talked about the strange, sort of glowing minerals that you had to harvest and that it was dangerous. They were explosive. But we've never found anything like that in silver mines. It might grow in a different type of quarry or stone.
Likely, but the safety precautions we took around it probably
Right.
of note to other miners.
Right. If we had access to Kesso, it could make opening up new mines easier. We could use that sort of blasting power to get things moving.
It's not.
Or closing down old shafts that have been cleared, you know.
Just
how
just
far
food for
away
thought.
is the other mines?
An ocean, right?
Well,
To the south?
What?
Which
Miss-
mines are we speaking?
Mistinor.
Oh, an ocean.
Yeah.
I don't know of any mines in Mistinor. We've
Sure.
got our silver mines here. We've got a number of mines in Strandwick to the east, on the east coast of Windfell. We've got
The Kesso
also-
mines are in Grimdal.
Grimdal.
Right.
Which is how far?
That's another continent to the south.
Okay.
It would be cool if we could connect the mines
Oh, yeah,
here
'cause
to
we
the
just
mines
showed
of
up.
Strandwick,
Yeah,
and we could just go underneath
how
the
did we get
mountains
here?
instead of over.
Yeah. Have you made any progress in trying to join the two?
Join the two mines?
Yeah.
From here to Strandwick, so we could go under the mountains instead of over.
No, we have not done that.
I don't,
That's a ludicrous thing you've just said to me.
Hi. I don't know magics. I punch things and then they go to sleep.
Right, there's a lot less magic involved in mining than you would think.
Really?
At least on Windfell.
No.
I don't know how they do things in Mistinor. I'm sure
A
there's a lot more.
pickaxe was Grimdal. I don't think we had any earth movers.
Right,
that I
it's
saw.
still pretty much the same here. We've got a couple of Genasi on the crew now that make things a little bit easier, but it's still slow going. They can only move so much volume at once, and that we're talking about hundreds of thousands of miles.
Yeah, we're talking about Kesso and stuff. I was just throwing it out there.
Right? It's an interesting theory.
Hey, I am but a
secret
fool
tunnel.
throwing out ideas to much smarter people.
I mean, at the same
back out of
time,
the room.
why not? We could just tunnel through, straight down and come up on the other side of Kavora and see what we find there too.
Really?
No,
Maybe another tree.
You would know better than me. I don't...
your idea is slightly more possible than the one that I threw out, which is ludicrous. But it would be a massive undertaking and probably a large waste of resources.
Waste? Yes.
Just to have a tunnel that you could walk underground, you could do the same walking above ground.
I mean, they would still be mines.
right? I mean,
So-
we might come across some ore deposits along the way, but more likely than not, it's mostly going to be a lot of rocks.
Well, you never know unless you try.
That's
Underneath
true.
mountains
Maybe you
seems
could
like a
invest
place.
your Firefrost Tavern funds into something like that.
Maybe. I'll have to find a good mining company to do it.
She's being facetious.
I'm not. Put your wealth where you see fit.
So,
Your mom's kind of cool.
I think.
Yeah.
Do you still do workouts every morning?
Yes.
I think Cholula will probably join Silas to do workouts in the morning, and that's how I'll work on my strength bubbles.
Hell yeah, go ahead and make some rolls.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go through and whoever's working on stuff will go one at a time just so we can kind of keep up with
Hell yeah.
where everybody's at. So these are just going to be athletics checks?
Yeah.
It's not about gaining strength as much as maintaining what you have.
That's an at 20, baby!
Damn! That's
She
the
took that
second
advice
one.
to heart.
That's the second nat 20 in a row on this list, so that's two
Yeah.
successes, and your DC
Damn,
only goes up by
okay.
one.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Okay, so my DC is now 17.
Shit.
I have 2 more
Whoa.
bubbles.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's getting easier as you go.
Oh,
16.
I saw an 18 briefly.
How many rolls is that so far? 2?
It's two.
You have a +0 to this?
I have a +1. 13. 14.
This will be a 17.
2.
That's what I meant.
Well,
Sorry,
3,
two.
I guess, with my +1.
This will be your last one.
Switch dice.
It's too late, Sam! 13.
All right.
That's
Not bad
funny,
with that
though.
nat 20, though.
Too sore after that first day, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can overdo it the first day. Unless you're like me.
Because I've been maintaining.
Because I feel like if I reach another level, this body ain't gonna change, baby. I'm gonna put a shirt on.
Speaking of Silas, working on things, do you want to do your miss rolls?
I say I'm gonna put on a shirt and I'm gonna reach out for the shirt with, with a mage hand.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to do it just like quick, trying to catch myself off guard.
The Mistwalkers get dressed like everybody else.
One mage hand at a time. What am I rolling?
Arcana checks.
Arcana. 17. 15 plus 2.
Nice.
I did one.
What's that put your DC at?
18.
18 with 2 bubbles left.
Okay. Just roll a 20 real quick, okay?
First roll. Yeah, nat 20 would do it for
I'll
you.
do it on a themed die. Feels better. Oh. Nope. 19. 17 plus 2.
Nice.
Is that one left?
One left. And the DC is 19.
I say I grab the shirt and I spend the rest of the day trying to juggle. Just like way too much confidence.
You've got 2 more rolls.
2 more rolls to get over 19.
Easy, because this one's going to be a crit.
It's gonna be a crit. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Crit 1! Oh, it's a 19 flat.
Hey! With a day to spare, Silas, you now have the ability to coalesce your mist and cast the spell Mage Hand.
Hell
Yeah, I'm like
yeah.
juggling,
Yeah.
and then one goes like really far off, and without thinking, I just like send it and catch it. And like, oh shit, Cholula. Then I run out of the room with my shirt half on.
Yeah, and,
You were juggling without your shirt.
and similar to working out, you kind of like hit this plateau that you're going to have to like really push it to go any further, which is why it stays within the realm of Mage Hand, which is like
Not telekinesis.
it's like just the hand. You can only lift 5 pounds.
Yeah.
You can't use it to like take shit off of people or like I'd say the next step up if you wanted to do another rolling table to increase this particular thing would be like a step towards making it the way that an arcane trickster's mage hand works, which is that it can just do more shit.
I'll just write maybe arcane trickster.
Nice. Alma, is there anything that you're working on?
Yes. And I need to be vague with you for a moment
Okay.
so that I don't reveal something fun later.
Okay.
I'm trying to improve my odds of something.
Uh-huh.
I need those odds to be between 25 and 100. So I would like to try to spend the 6 days that we have here visualizing a place.
Okay. I think I know exactly what you're trying to do. What place are you trying to visualize?
The gates outside of Bramble Manor.
Okay. Go ahead and make a history check.
Okay. Have a +1.
I'm just running through the house.
17?
Yeah, we'll call that a success. I should have given you a starting DC, huh?
Yeah.
I'm going to say that you're pretty familiar.
Okay.
Well, I would say that you're relatively familiar with those gates.
What is my start DC?
Your start DC was 11.
Okay. Now it's 12.
She lived there for a time, right?
When she was young. She spent most of her...
I thought she lived there when we met her.
Yeah.
She like tucked away there.
Oh, that's true. You were staying there, weren't you? Well, briefly, because then you moved into the bookstore.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, like, consistent.
Yeah. But it's not distant memory.
Yeah.
That is a 4.
All right.
Boots.
That is an 11.
New die.
14. That's a success.
Nice. DC goes up to 13.
Mm-hmm.
You've got 2 more rolls.
So close.
Nat 20.
Hey, 2 successes. And your DC goes up to 15.
So close to strong.
14.
14, right. Sorry. And last roll.
Nope. Okay, so I got 4 successes over 6 days.
Nice. I'd say that if you're down to kind of like help center this idea and to help visualize this place, Alma is like doing some like drawing and sketching and trying to like recall it, and each one is getting a little bit more detailed. But it's tough without having physically visited the space.
Yeah.
To like refresh your memory. You're just kind of like doing the best with what you can recall.
And it was kind of dilapidated
Yeah.
when we were interacting with it.
Yeah. Also, it's since been sold, so there's no telling if it was the same.
So that's why I went for the gates.
Yeah, that's fair.
So my options are very familiar or seen casually.
I'd say seen casually. Is there anything that Howie is working on?
Yeah. So we're like hanging out in the bar. I have a big ol', glass bottle of booze I'm drinking. Finish it down, and I kind of look to see if there's any more left and do a little bit of this, and then I kind of like, oh, okay. So I want to take that, get some like string, do the thing where you put in like cold water and like, break the bottle apart or whatever.
Yeah.
So I get the end of the thing, do like maybe some brass or something around it, and I'm gonna try to make like a little investigation magnifying glass.
glass, hell yeah!
And I have truth.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Hell yeah.
to spend a couple of days trying to make like some things that might help out and trying to investigate stuff. So like some like pH strips or something. I don't know, just like anything that I think would help.
Okay.
A little leather kit,
Yeah.
Okay.
Investigation
Kit that
tools.
Yeah,
So-
actually, is there like a
There
pre-made kit?
aren't. There should be.
Yeah, because there's like an Inquisitor robe, right?
Yeah.
You'd think they'd have like
Trench
a
coat.
little like
Yeah.
lockpick.
Oh, I get a
One
little
of those
hat
hats?
too. Yeah.
The name is Sherlock, and this is Hank. No.
Try not to accidentally push the button while you're both in the trench coat.
Yeah.
So what is your aim with? Is it like to create basically like a set of tools that could give someone advantage on investigation?
Just trying to role play being proficient in investigation.
Oh, nice. Okay. And that's something that you're trying to work towards?
So I have 2 so far.
Excellent. Yeah, we'll go ahead and start this at a DC.
He's got 2 in.
So I have 2 in.
Oh,
so
you're
just
already
be-
going.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
You're just flavoring. now.
Excellent.
Yeah, just flavoring it.
Excellent. Yeah, for this first particular roll, we'll call it a tinker check since you're literally making tools
Okay.
to help you. So yeah, go ahead and make a tinker check for this first one, and then
Which, that's just proficient...
that's proficiency and intelligence.
Intelligence? Okay. So it should be 10. Oh, damn. Okay. Woo! 12.
12. Does that
Yeah.
succeed or fail?
I think that fails, right? I think my DC is 12.
You started at a 10. It should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've got 2 successes, it would
Yeah.
be at 12.
So if you rolled a 12,
So that meets it.
that succeeds.
Okay, cool.
Excellent. So that's another
DC
success.
goes up to 13.
Yeah, and then for the rest of these days, if you'd like to just make investigation checks,
Yeah.
that was your first roll.
No, that one does not do it.
Alrighty.
+5, right? That one is success.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So that's 14 now. How many is that? 3? 4.
Well, this is your 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
That one succeeds. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Number 5.
3 nat 20s.
Oh, fail. Damn.
This is your last one.
Hell yeah. Pass.
Ooh,
Nice.
Nice.
Oh man. I'm
Hell
sorry.
yeah. Apparently there was an investigator's kit in 3.5, but no longer.
What was in it?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I don't mind.
I don't know
digging
if they
up
got
stuff
that
from old,
specific.
like
Yeah.
Oh,
from
here it is.
old legal things. You know?
Contains a variety of lenses,
Yeah,
brushes,
some
and
chats for
brushes,
chaos
okay.
hours today.
yeah, lenses, brushes, and tools designed to help you get the most information out of a crime scene. You may not be able to take fingerprints, but you can brush for particles, use alchemical swabs to identify unusual liquids, or make rubbings of seemingly significant inscriptions or marks.
You'd think they'd bring
Nice.
that back for Eberron. The way that they wrote a lot of the
Right?
intrigue in
Yeah.
Eberron,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, it gives you like a +2 bonus if you're examining like a crime scene.
Yeah, that's Eberron all over. Like there's like multiple starter missions like that.
That'd be rad. So, on the 6th day, as you're all finishing up, you're actually in the council chambers as a pair of city guards come in and lift up Kimberly Snowspot, and one of them reads basically his rights, and they announce that he is under arrest. Do you guys do anything about this?
Yeah. Like, what's the cause of this?
Hold!
Well, we found
There.
these documents in his desk, and they kind of like slap him down.
Are there any other guards in the room?
There are 3 currently.
Outside of the 2 that are...
There are 3 currently. There are the 2 that are like putting him in manacles, and there's the one that's talking to you.
Okay. I'm gonna block the exit. Just not like, oh, but I'm gonna like get between myself and the exit.
For sure.
And for some
we-
reason, you didn't bring these documents to be reviewed
We've brought them to you now, and
after arresting the man.
right. Well, the implications in the documents are pretty damning, as he is trying to overthrow the council and reinstate the order of the Fairfather over Chillrun. It's all right here. He's got a list of signatures as well. His own is on it.
It is right here, isn't it? We should. Can we take a
Captain,
look at it?
where's the captain?
Captain Tronda, Captain Ironcrown.
Yeah.
I believe he's in his office.
Can we get him involved in this?
I'll send off the 3rd one.
Certainly. All right. Yeah, he exits and comes back a short time later. Kimberly is still like in manacles, but has not been taken out of the room. As Tronda Ironcrown, the dwarf, comes kind of like stomping in. All right, then. What's the meaning of this?
Motion to the manacles.
He picks up the documents and looks through them. This is quite damning evidence.
these documents ended up there and never passed through Howie as they're supposed to.
Oh, I see.
Do you
Please,
mind if I
have a look.
pull out my little glasses?
Or are they like teeny?
Oh, actually, that's even better. I'm here for that.
Place them on the end of your nose, your snout.
They're like literally this big.
Could I have the rest of you make an insight check as Howie? No roll required, I don't think. You just cast Identify.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So let me actually read the spell again.
Insight? Dirty 20.
24.
24.
Nice. You all see the third guard who was speaking to you is he's just kind of like concerned and standing there, and it's like brought in the captain, like kind of like looking over things. The two guards that have Kimberly and Manacles are kind of like looking at each other. One of them is starting to kind of sweat a little bit, and they seem like this isn't how this was supposed to go.
You both seem worried. Is everything all right?
I'm going to kind of position myself behind both of them, but not like in an intimidating way, but just get closer.
Well,
Kimberly's not gonna hurt you, I can assure you.
I mean,
I think we're allowed.
the implications are just someone trying to overthrow the council is unheard of.
Right.
It is
That's why
unheard
the documents need to be examined, because it just doesn't seem realistic, honestly.
Right.
Unheard of, unread of, unspoken of.
Right. How you identify the documents? You learn a lot of information from the Identify spell. And for any viewers at home who are like, that's not how that works, it's how it works for us, because I think it's more fun.
It's a cool idea.
Like you learn that the fibers within this parchment come from fields within the Hillock Sea, and like locations of like the ink was rubbed from charcoal that was created in the south, actually from Waterdeep, and imported from there. You also learn that it was document was written in multiple hands. One of them is particularly like the majority of the document itself and Kimberly's signature were written by Sybil Terswind herself. And
Wow.
there are a number of other documents implicating a couple of other people. One of them implicating Storvold Rhymelock, who is the Frost Giant representative on the council. And then a number of his like immediate, not representatives, he's the representative, people that work directly under him. And those were written in the hand of, and I'd say like, the way that you're getting this information is you've got like your lens, and these things are just kind of like popping up. It's like
Terminator.
yeah, it's very much like a square will pop up around something, and it's just like paper, papyrus from and just like this region. And these ones are kind of like circled. A couple of names pop up. One of them is Barnabas.
It grabs a couple of the same letter and starts to identify like handwriting.
Yeah, it's kind of like comparing them and overlaying them in real time. And the other one is Castle.
Like castle?
Yeah.
Okay.
And images sort of like form and coalesce on the lenses of the two guards that are holding him. And then there's 3 more signatures at the bottom of just like random names you don't recognize that are identified in the hand of where are you? Sorry, I've forgotten the name, but I know I have it in here.
Are you relaying any of this information as you're going, or are you just scanning?
Another image appears. These ones were written in the hand of a person named Benwyn Midsong.
Benwind Midsummer?
Midsong,
It's on.
which you know to be the name of Kimberly's assistant.
No, I just write it all down. Gonna write it on a sheet of paper, kind of show y'all, seal it up.
Did I see what was on the paper?
Yeah,
For sure?
I'll show it to you.
Which one of you is Castle?
That's me.
All right. And Barnabas?
Yeah, that's me.
Good.
All right, Captain, we may need a few more guards in here. And then I'll hand the captain the...
I'd highly recommend you get someone else to, I'm going to seal this up in an envelope, and I highly recommend getting someone else to double check this information. You should see that lines up.
Absolutely.
Don't worry about making it public. I think that would be for the best.
Right, we'll certainly get to the bottom of this. In the meantime, release the councilman, please. And they're like, all right, and then kind of like unlock his manacles. And
I'm going to clap Castle and Barnabas on the shoulders. You can confess now, or we can make it weird. I just learned how to juggle apples.
Tronder kind of like holds up a hand and he's like, not to worry, not to worry. We'll get to the bottom of this, but we need to be safe in the meantime. Detective Bastille, arrest these men. And the other guard, like the third guard, has this like look of shock, but immediately obeys, goes and takes manacles and puts the guards who like start to put up a resistance, but then like look at the room and who's in it. And there's more of make an insight check actually. One more.
Like a little loving squeeze on the shoulders now.
30, 20.
Nice.
Insight?
13.
16.
16.
Kitty does the best. That's
25.
25, nice.
That's small.
20, 25. What did Cholula roll?
13.
13.
Very good.
16.
Small baby.
Silas, Alma, and Howie, or rather, all of you see this like look of shock as they are put in manacles and arrested. And at this point, a couple of other guards are ushered in as well. Captain Iron Crown gives them the order to track down. Rather, he hands them. No, he wouldn't hand them that. He tells them to arrest Benwyn Midsong and Sybil Terswind for conspiracy against the government of Chilrun. They also are like shocked about all of this and head quickly out of the room. The three of you also notice that the two who are put in manacles, there's like this look of shock, and then looking at all of you, this like deep betrayal. The people who they've held on these high pedestals betrayed them. And they may or may not have, obviously they had to know some bits of the treachery that was afoot here, but they may have not known the whole story. And yeah, the last thing that you see is they're ushered out of the room in the hands of more guards who have now shown up, like kind of crawling with people now. Is this just kind of like one of, particularly Castle, has this sort of like holding back tears and his eyes are turning red as he's pulled out of the room away from you.
So disappointing.
Don't meet your heroes.
You'll get arrested.
They'll arrest you.
Well, that was... even though I was anticipating it at some point this week, crazy experience.
Yeah.
Thank you. And he, Kimberly, like shakes each of your hands. We've got a lot of work to get back to. We've got expansions in the agricultural department, and thank you for doing this.
You think y'all will be able to handle the sort of quelling of the cult?
Yeah, I'd say identify.
Well, the fact
would
that
help.
Sybil Terswind herself was implicated in these, and she's sort of, the face of the Children of the Mist, this is not going to look good. I'm sure that people among them will refute it, but this is the first time that we've been able to take actual legal action against the organization, and at the very least, it is a good starting point.
Right.
Hell yes.
Hell yes.
Right? I mean, we're all just kind of like, we did a good job. No, fuck yeah.
Slap hands?
Slap hands!
Slap hands! Genevieve is like ducking.
I don't think that we necessarily need to do another speech and everything, but maybe we could leave a written notice, sort of
I could give a public
That would be nice.
All right, I've been hesitant to speak against the Children of the Mist in my time on the council, just because of, the fact that there was nothing legally that we could find against them. But the fact that the figurehead of the organization planted documents in a councilman's chambers in an attempt to make it look like he was trying to overthrow the government doesn't look great.
Right.
So I think I can
Also,
really lean into this one.
I think we also told you already that, what was the name?
Put us in the room.
What room are we in?
Den
One
room?
of the council members was falsely accused.
Previously.
Right,
Oh,
right, yes. We can open an investigation.
Genevieve.
Excuse me, I've been drinking this weird bubbly water it's all the rage these days.
Really?
Bubbly.
Bubbly water. Like on purpose?
Yes, I hear it comes from the top of
Galcine,
Mount
that's
Chico.
right. Galcine.
Top of Chico is what it's called.
Top of Chico.
Galcine Dorland, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the mountain to the north. The ice caps melt and they capture it, and there's some sort of mineral process that makes
All
it
right,
bubbly.
update the map. What he was going
Yeah.
This is why I don't label
Mount
landmarks.
Chico. Mount Boy is what you're saying. I want everyone to know that. Or small.
It's a small
You
mountain.
could say small, yeah.
From the top of small mountain.
But if you could just find a way to
It's dwarvish.
make sure that the people who were following them, that we're not
Reach
aware
out
of
to
the
see what it's
corruption, can understand that we're not, we don't hate them.
Yeah.
Of course.
And to congratulate the city on what they've done.
Doesn't
Again,
say.
I know I keep saying that, but this
Right,
place is incredible.
I'll write something up, certainly, so that I don't stray from any points or speak too viciously on any one group or the other. But I'll stick along the lines of people have been manipulated, and everyone should have a right to choose for themselves without the swaying of others.
To congratulate them on even seeking out imperfections in the council. That's great. The people should be doing that. The people who appoint people should be constantly keeping check of them, right?
It's true. Perhaps we should put in a series of reviews. We have term limits, and there are new votes when
We
we...
can shorten the term limits if that makes them feel better.
Certainly.
How long are the term limits currently?
12 years.
Oh yeah, you shorten that.
fuck.
Shorten that.
Well, we had to find a middle...
for 10 years?
Well, we had to find a middle ground because...
Middle ground between 6 and 24? What are you talking about?
Well, because, a human, the average lifespan is maybe about 100
that's fair.
years, but elves are undying and giants live for about 300 years. So, we had to find a middle
You
ground.
can go up for re-election, but maybe put that
Right.
on a term. This is wild. Can we sit here and talk about this for the next 10 days? Why do I keep looking at my wrist?
Genevieve puts a hand on your shoulder. She's like, you've got places to be.
Speaking of,
But we'll handle this. We'll look over things. We'll call it 2 years on the council, and then you're up for re-election. Maybe there's no...
maybe you have to take a break before you can
Right.
rerun. So there has to be 2 years on, 2 years off.
I feel that might interrupt the flow. What if some good work's being done?
Maybe you can do 3 terms, and after 3 terms, you have to wait 2 terms.
Well,
but then you can be
theoretically,
free
if you are doing good things, you'll be re-elected,
again. Right.
Right.
right?
That's how it
That's
should
how
go.
we want it to be, but
But if you start a good thing, if you start a project, about how long does it take to complete?
Right. Well, we already struck down this ridiculous, because there was this ridiculous idea that someone proposed of we have a middleman where the people cast their ballots for who should be in charge, and then we have a separate group of people who then read those, and then they can make a decision in either one direction. But we struck that down immediately because it was a really stupid
yeah,
idea.
yeah.
That seems like a bad
what are you
idea.
calling it?
Something about it was like the electoral publishers or something. I don't remember.
That's a terrible idea.
At
That's
least-
a terrible
bad.
idea.
At
It
least
was
the
really
terms
bad.
aren't that you have to wait until they die.
That's
that would be
worse.
worse.
That would be
Yeah.
worse.
How antiquated of a system.
Exactly. We'll get this all sorted out, but as I understand it, you've got more pressing matters to attend to.
We're making fun of the Brits now.
We're all supremely.
I'll be in contact.
Are you sure you don't want to take my private jet?
have that the whole time? If we
It was cheap.
leave Waterdeep,
It's funny because this will be topical again by the time this episode airs. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry.
if we leave Waterdeep, I will let you know. That
Excellent.
way you know where we are and you won't be upset if it accidentally becomes a couple of years.
Right. Hopefully.
As happens.
Hey, hopefully that won't be the case.
I hope not. Cholula is really upset about the post office, and if we take another couple of years, it's gonna get
Don't
worse.
get me stopped.
Right. Well, we can. The Order of Heralds are their own organization, but I mean, maybe we can reach out and see if they need any assistance with any types of order or things.
Paper birds, I think,
So-
is the real kicker here.
I see. Well, I hear that.
Two banned paper birds.
Well, I hear that Valdwin has a new invention that is making travel across distances much more accessible. I don't remember what he's calling them, but it's some sort of system where there are two pairs of quills that are attached to one another, and whenever one moves, the other mirrors its movement. So you could, theoretically, if you have them both set up, she goes on and gives an explanation of the thing that you got from Baldwin and have to communicate with him. Does anybody stop her at any point and tell her that you know what that is and
I'm
you
gonna
have
just
one?
start digging through Cholula's bag.
Good luck.
So, if he could mass
That's a
produce,
lot of food.
if he could mass produce these, I mean, obviously,
Y'all, there's a guy in my bag.
We are going to have to deal with that.
We've got 99 years to deal with that. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna pretend like I didn't hear anything. Anyway, if there's mass production, it'll be a lot easier to send missives back and forth because you can just have things connected to one another. However,
Digging into.
there's been some backlash because the Order of Heralds, a number of people, not even the Order of Heralds themselves, but a number of people have been stating that that would eliminate the need for the Order of Heralds. But of course, obviously, we would still need them for transporting packages to and from, and getting vital goods and services to places that are hard to reach. Anyway, I'm going on and on. My life is political now.
I think I can get us to Waterdeep
Hooray.
today.
Why? What?
Really?
I think I can almost definitely get us into the city, but where we end up in the city could be a little.
Okay.
How's that?
I just feel it. You know,
I get it.
it's like there's a tether,
Like your shield.
and I can just grasp it.
Okay.
If it makes you feel any better, Genevieve, I killed the guy.
What guy?
That doesn't make me feel and we don't have to talk about this.
Oh, okay.
Well, y'all say your goodbyes, and
It's funny.
Genevieve, it was very nice to see you again.
It was lovely to see all of you again. I hope we can do this again
Should we say
in
goodbye to Grandmama?
less than a decade.
Yes, hopefully.
I will get me, Malma, and Katya all set up. We're looking at cottages in the area of Mistvale Keep so that we can get them set up with their own space, and looking to reintegrate them. Katya's already come to me about perhaps going into management at the mines, which I think is an excellent idea. She's got a lot of experience. So we'll get them all sorted out. I believe Pippin and Wellington left a couple of days ago
Did they?
with Cherry to track down Mayo
Oh, right.
and sort of
Yeah.
It's a sentence.
get back on that track. Yes, they're putting together a whole picnic, I hear.
I hope they find Mayo.
It's integral.
It really sounds like Mayo goes best with Cherry and Pippin and Wellington.
So, do you need access to Valdwin's Circle and Mistvale Keep, or?
I don't think that would help me here.
Okay. Well,
And all of us can go with all of our body parts.
And even Hank, yes.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, good
Yeah.
luck. I'll hold down the fort, and I look forward to seeing you sometime this decade. We'll stay in touch.
Yeah.
Nobody hug or anything.
Well, I was gonna
I'll
wait
hug
till you
Jennifer
left.
real quick.
And now that we're all watching,
Yeah, Genevieve hugs, kisses you on the cheek.
Okay, very good.
They fully make out in this like
Yeah, now that Shalula
courthouse.
announced it, I was going to do like a more tender thing with people's backs.
We can leave.
That's Kimberly.
It's too, we've already talked about it. Kimberly.
What? I don't see kisses a lot.
You don't see
I don't get to go to the theater. I'm busy running council and keeping a
How much
religion.
money do you make? You could pay people to kiss.
I have like five gold
I
per
think
10
that's
days.
abuse of power.
No,
Yes.
it's a preference.
You can pay people to kiss you in Waterdeep. There are places for that.
Ba-boom! We're going now. You want to go?
There's a place I hear about in the meat in the Docks Ward.
Oh, the booth.
It's called the Meat Curtain.
Oh, the meat curtain.
I
yeah,
hear
that-
it is top of the line.
I don't like that.
Kissing in the meat curtain?
No.
It's one of the few places in Winfell that have tabaxi workers. I support it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all
Well,
here
that
for
should
it.
be
That's
an
fine.
equal
That name,
opportunity
though.
business, but it's more the name of the business.
Kissing in the meat curtain.
Especially, is it an all tabaxi business?
No. They have many. There's a variety of people
Is the tabaxi workers a selling point?
for tabaxis, probably.
Okay.
That's what sold it for me.
Oh,
Sounded...
when all this settles down, you should go to Lugreef. It's full of meat curtains.
Really?
Roar.
Isn't Lugreef? Isn't that like the dog city? Sorry, the canid city.
It's both.
Oh,
Yeah, they had a thing, and then now it's kind of cool.
cool.
We
That
stayed in a
sounds
hotel
nice.
that had weird cat beds, if you will. Sorry, tabaxi beds.
It's fine. I just
were
did the
nice.
same thing to canids.
No, I
It
don't feel good
happens.
about it,
I don't either.
but I like to learn. You know,
Yes.
I have to feel the pain of not saying it correctly.
You've been gone for a decade.
Hey, well-
You know, things change.
No, that's not an excuse.
Society.
That's not an excuse.
It's not an excuse. Just, you know, there's learning to do.
Sometimes.
As long as you're trying to better yourself for the betterment of everyone around you.
Absolutely.
Can I take a... Are there, like, pens or anything just sitting around?
Quills?
Yeah, I'll just take one and put it in my bag.
Okay. Sure, you can have that.
I just need it.
Okay.
Kissing tax. And then I kissed Genevieve again. But looking directly at him.
It's a keep chill, red chill pin. I had to steal one too.
So,
You go to the Cholula factory and steal pens.
Yeah.
what is the plan from here?
I guess we could do it here, or we could, go back to the keep.
I don't know.
Let's go back to the keep. I
happening.
have to grab
Where
a
are
couple
we?
things. I'm in weird
Oh,
clothes.
office.
Yeah.
You're still in like
Yeah,
a.
okay.
You're in like a. Oh shit! What is the term I'm looking for?
Chamber.
Oval.
Yeah.
Foyer.
Yes. You're in like a council chamber. Where's the place where people have meetings in a business building?
Conference room.
Conference room. There it is. Thank you.
Conference.
In my office, people just stand in the fucking hallway and scream. So I
They're big fans of the show.
don't know. Come, talk to me. I'd love to. Stand outside my office.
So, Alma, what do you do?
Hang on. I just need to write down that I took that pen. It's going to be very important, possibly later.
We go back to the house, I think, because we're all in weird clothes. We need to
Yeah.
go back on danger clothes.
Okay, you head back
My
to
danger clothes are calling.
you head back to Mistveil Keep. You change into your traveling adventurer gear, with all of your armors,
Danger
and
gloves.
for those of you who wear them, Alma has a quill.
I put it in my bag.
Yeah.
That's for later.
I'm just abusing
Eat it.
using mage hand on everything. Like even if I can reach it. Like,
That would be the coolest part
Right.
of like Mage Hand, is just being like, okay.
if you like got it later in life.
Yeah,
I'm thirsty.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to gather everybody and probably just like our entryway. And I just I put my hands on the ground and you see kind of like filigree light kind of come out like you would normally see on like ironwork. Is kind of just spreading out. Everybody's in this space. Scoot.
Is there a
Great.
limit?
I'm Hank.
Am I gonna lose anything that's in it?
Nope. And I will cast teleport, hopefully, to the gates outside of Bramble Manor.
Hell yeah.
Teleport.
Go ahead.
It's a port that has just phones in it.
Go ahead and roll a D100.
I get to roll it? Yay. It says the DM rolls it, but that seems like a bummer.
Oh, I'll roll it.
Tell me
If
what-
that's what it says.
A phone port.
We decided that you have seen this casually.
Yeah, but I did get 6 successes. I don't know in what way that would
It would
help.
have taken the 10 to move you up to very familiar.
Okay.
I think the DM rolls it for proximity, right? That's
Yeah.
why you roll it.
Mm-hmm. What does it feel like when you teleport everyone?
You probably, I kind of imagine it as like you feel hands on your back, not in like a creepy, like they're not cold, icy, scary hands. It's kind of like when a parent like pushes you towards something that you want to do but are scared to do. And then probably a little bit of a gut drop, like a roller coaster.
Hell yeah. And then you land, you all kind of catch your breath and look up and you see beautifully restored Bramble Manor.
Oh my, you did it! Shake her a
That
little bit.
worked.
The air is the
Clank,
air is
clank, clank.
warmer and it's thick and humid. And you
I'm taking
find
off that trench coat.
yeah, you
Right
find
away.
yourselves, all of you except for Howie, I guess. You're with everyone.
Okay.
But for the rest of you, in the familiar streets of Waterdeep. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. I rolled a 96, so it was right on target.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
Hell
Nice
yeah.
in reverse.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This has been fun as always. If you want to check out the Chaos Hours, where we're going to chat and talk about all of the travel encounters that they just skipped over,
Maybe you
I hear the crumbling of digital paper.
then you can head over to patreon.com/Arcanarama, and you can hang out with these super rad people who I'm going to talk about right now. As soon as the internet catches up with my fingers and my
Catch 'em.
will. Big shout out to our wonderful dungeon delvers. We've got Freya Odensdottir and Scott Shear. Hell yeah, shout out to you guys. And not to forget our lovely adventurers, we've got Definitely Not Sam, Nita Yilva, Phoenix Born Creations, Robin Stone, and Tina Holt. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. It helps us to continue doing what we do, so thank you so much. We'll catch all of you in the next episode, same great time, same great place. But until then, stay safe out there, adventurers.
Ha 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 ha.